talk session tonight. Tonight we are going to have another educator from different part of the world. Tonight our guest is from Uruguay, okay, and he is a DipTESOL and deep teacher trainer, Cesar Correa Larroca. And when he comes, we are going to start our live session with him, and he's here, by the way. You can send me a request, Cesar, to join, and then we can start our live session. Accepted his invitation for the session. I'm waiting for him to join. And let me ask again. Hello, Marcela. Waiting for you to join. Yeah, me too, Marcela. It takes time to join. I've sent you a request, Cesar. Yes. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me? Welcome.
I can hear you, Cesar. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me well? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Is the connectivity okay? Can you hear me well?
About my microphone, I think. Just a moment.
I know if the price okay, can you hear me properly?
No, I can hear you. And can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you. Can you
Perfect.
see me as well?
Wonderful. Yeah, I can see you. Don't
As
worry.
you know,
But
okay, I'm outside, okay, and I told you before, okay, the house by the beach.
yeah,
So I'm relaxing a little bit, okay, quite like a sort of month that we have, fortunately, the teachers here in Uruguay, like a month of holiday. So I am outside, it's quite windy, but very nice weather indeed. So
yeah, it's
lovely, and
I,
thank you, welcome for the invitation. And
you're
I'm a
welcome.
little bit, as you know, so stressed and so burnt out with this month, and a little bit of some time, you know.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay. So, Cesar, it's really great to have you here and in Teacher Talk session. I would like to say thank you very much for accepting my invitation and being my guest tonight. It's really nice to have a guest from Uruguay, and it's really fantastic. And thanks for accepting it one more time. And if you're ready, and we can start.
Thank you, welcome for the invitation. It is a really honor, okay, to be part of your wonderful and stunning interviews, okay, with all the wonderful teachers and teacher trainers all over the world. So thank you very much, and it's a pleasure, okay, for me to be
Uh-huh.
here in this afternoon, okay, and for the rest of the people, okay, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good morning. So
Yeah,
we
wherever
can
we are.
start off.
Okay, let's get started then. So I know about you, Cesar, but maybe our audiences would like to know about you. So can you tell us about yourself, please, and a bit about your experiences too?
Yeah, of course. I am, okay, 100 years young, let's say. Okay, my name is Cesar Correa. Of course, okay, as you say, okay, from Uruguay, South America. I started in this well of love of the language, okay, many years ago, when I was really a kid, a little child, an aunt who was okay, a French and an English teacher as well. And I was very curious about everything that happened, okay, in her house, amongst all the books that I was flipping through. I didn't know, okay, what they were about. So this was,
Uh-huh.
okay, my first approach to the language itself. And then, okay, came primary secondary school when I started, okay, learning English. But it was not that keen on, okay, let's say, it was good at, but not that I really, okay,
Uh-huh.
was hooked
I
on
see.
that. On second school, okay, was in my very last 2 years. I was, okay, in a country becoming a rocket scientist at biology because I love biology, for instance.
Oh,
And
nice.
at the same time, okay, I was finishing my proficiency exam, and it was like a switch of the mind. I don't know. It's something I have to talk to with my psychologist, perhaps. That in those times, I just switched my mind. My mind was really in a turmoil, what to do, what to follow at university. And so I decided to embark upon this lovely voyage
Uh-huh.
that it's been a long, uneven, very satisfactory, very lovely, stunning,
Very
sometimes, okay,
nice.
with very hard stones to step upon. But now, okay, I am here. I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher trainer. I'm a long-term learner. So, but the biological aspect
Wonderful.
is okay outside of me as well. So it's not that I have just gotten old. So I have a diploma
Mm-hmm.
in neurolinguistics as well. Okay, and
I
neuroscience
see.
of education as well.
Wow,
So which is a little bit of me.
I see. Thank you. Thank you very much,
And you know,
Cesar.
I speak like a parrot. Okay, so stop me because I
No,
speak and I
no,
try.
no, no, no. That's why we are all here to listen to you. So it's when you talk, the more you talk, the more we'll love it and the more want to listen. Yeah, it's really great. No problem for us. Thank you very much, Cesar. And let's ask you another question. And what was or were your turning point or points in your own education, Cesar?
Okay, lovely. Good question. When I finished, okay, secondary school, and when I finished, okay, my first, okay, degree in teaching, that was a TGC, I went to London
Wow,
to study. I spent there, okay, 2 years. It was quite, okay, if I had to do it again, I have to win all the lotteries in the world because it was, I mean, you know, okay, London is very expensive, so I studied at University of London. And I pursued, okay, the diploma in DipTESOL, and then, okay, many courses there, and attended all the possible courses. I remember running and rushing to John Wells pronunciation workshops at the University of London as
wow,
well. So not only London, but all the British Isles. I went to Scotland as well, and these just opened my mind
wonderful,
in many aspects of teaching and from the practice of teaching. And for example, I remember very clearly, for example, applied linguistics. My third class of applied linguistics, I almost, okay, burst into tears and saying, okay, I know nothing. I'm perfectly, okay, hopeless of this. So, and then of course, pronunciation and pronunciation practice and transcriptions and going here and there, and then send us to different houses in London from different, okay, classes and status to transcribe, okay, the mother reads and the father reads and blah blah blah. I don't want to pester you with all this that I have to study, but it was 2 years of immersing really in the culture.
uh-huh,
The thing that I have learned, I have studied so much, it was my dream, okay, was studying there.
I see.
So, and of course, okay, the funny side of that, I didn't want I didn't want anybody who, that speaks Spanish. So if I hear Spanish, they say, no. And I do remember when I was enrolling, at the university, there was one then, and they asked
Wow.
me my nationality when I was just entering. There was again, where are you from? Okay, I'm from Uruguay. And one of the guys there, there was as well working. So I'm from there as well, and my face was. Yeah, because I didn't want to hear Spanish at all. It was a very funny story. And then I see him all and over again say in Spanish, hola Cesar, hola Cesar, yeah, hello there, hello, do you have might, blah blah blah. But this was my let's say exchange of Spanish in these 2 years. So because I didn't want to speak Spanish at all. It was very
I
pitch
see.
rhythm, as Bernard Shaw used to say. So it was to really immerse that. So it was my starting point, and these exert a great influence on my teaching, on my way of addressing life
I
in all
see.
aspects.
Mm-hmm. It's wonderful. Thank you very much, Cesar, for sharing this moment with us. It's really precious. And I know that you have been teaching for a long time, and you probably in your career you have tried different strategies, different methodologies, and different techniques in your lessons, and probably you have philosophy, a philosophy of teaching. So what is it? What is your philosophy of teaching, Cesar?
Okay, so I'm very much of project learning, and make the students or the trainees that I have, so be free. And this be free, I am a facilitator, I'm a guide. I give all the instruments and everything beforehand so they can't really create their own sort of projects, sort of, this recipe of the ingredients. I give the ingredients and I give them, how to find the ingredients and how to find the formula in order to create wonderful things. And just,
Uh-huh.
set aside, I put aside, refrain from them. I give all the tools first and then I guide them. This was always, my motto, let's say, in teaching. So make them free in their search. Of course, I am the one they have to resort to, but as well, make them free in order to for the outcomes. And I'm going to give you two great examples
Sure.
as per project based learning, and it was quite unusual because I'm a really fan of Shakespeare. I read Shakespeare a lot, and it was two projects, two that I made with students who knew little or nothing about Shakespeare. One project was Shakespeare by candlelight. So it was a month and month of preparation because I had to choose different parts of Shakespeare plays and sonnets and to give them. So we have to study a lot of Elizabethan period, about the history, about how they pronounce in those times. So I have to resort to Gibson, to
Uh-huh.
O'Connor, to the old masters of pronunciation, to Sir Stanley Wells, as per the most prestigious person in the Shakespeare, let's say, studies.
Exactly.
And it
Mm-hmm.
was this one, and another I was teaching ESP. It was business English. So the project was what was what is Shakespeare has to do with business, and they knew nothing about Shakespeare, and of course, you have to just mix this Shakespeare as a businessman, as a trader, as a producer, as a director, as to how he handled money for the productions of everything. The vocabulary that he coined, or the lexical items that he coined, and not only for general English but for business English as well.
For
This
business
was
English too.
to
Mm-hmm.
exactly for ESP. They were the kind of a most important part of the treatment that I have made that I really vividly remember. And the aftercome or the aftermath of that, I sent the video to the Shakespeare birthplace in Stratford-upon-Avon and the Royal Company as well. And they really, really love the idea, and they really, really love what they have done, have that produced,
Mm-hmm.
and they send diplomas for each of the students and gifts. And they sort of became famous over the Shakespeare, let's say, thing. I'm a friend, okay, really know that I love Shakespeare and I'm crazy about him.
Uh-huh.
So it was
I
okay.
see. Thank you.
I think that it just answered quite a lot of questions, but not only
No, no,
okay
no.
the
That's
philosophy
wonderful.
of teaching and the techniques and blah 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 blah. So go ahead.
No, it's
Well,
okay. A wonderful answer for the question. Thank you very much. It's really lovely to listen to you. Really, Cesar. Thank you. And we are educators and you are educators, and in our career we have lots of stories. Some sad stories, some bad stories, some failed stories, some, success stories. Can you tell us one or maybe two success stories of yours? Something inspirational if you have.
yes, of course, and it's quite recent. I was absolutely taken aback to be okay, nominated and shortlisted for the Best Dedicated Teacher Award by Cambridge University Press. So it was the previous year, last year. I don't know what is going to happen this year, and if I want to go on or not. But I want to win or not. But okay, it's a really rewarding thing. Okay, because anonymously, sorry, the students really say, okay, I do appreciate what you do. I really love
Mm-hmm.
the way that you treat us, and not only as academically speaking, but personally and as a person, as a whole, as individuals, because we forget about that
I see.
sometimes. Because
Mm-hmm.
with all the turmoil, okay, of lesson planning, classroom management, this and blah, 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 blah. And I always say to the teachers and the trainees and the students as well, that, okay,
I got it.
we are a whole thing. We are not going to forget that we have human beings in our hands. And it's a
Mm-hmm.
great, great privilege, but it's a great responsibility. We are shaping
Definitely.
their
Mm-hmm.
minds, we are shaping their behaviors. So for us, it's the biggest responsibility ever. That's why when they say, or they merely say teachers, they don't know how many things it implies, the word,
Uh-huh.
the concept, and the action of being a teacher. And
Exactly.
even more, an ESOL or TESOL or EFL teacher, because we have to know everything. We have to know biology, math, physics, literature.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how to cook, how to, I don't know, to be a hairdresser. I mean, we have to have okay, many aspects in different ways in order to be an effective one. And
Definitely.
this comes with
Mm-hmm.
motivation, and it comes with intrinsic motivation. And one of the most vital things is vocation. If you don't have the vocation, because you're not going to be rich, you're going to be powerful. I mean,
Exactly.
the teaching profession is something that is absolutely vocational and with much love, because in the classroom, not only okay, but as well as per teacher training, we came across with different lives, with different perspectives that we have to really cater for. So it's not an easy task, but it's a lovely, enriching, and fulfilled every single soul that we really have in front of us.
Definitely. Definitely. I totally agree with you, Cesar, what you're saying here. It's really great. Thank you. Thank you very much for your answer. And so, would you like to add anything else, or can I move to another one?
No, I think okay, with the two okay, most important things, the one okay being it is and how you feel about that, and the worst. I mean, of course, okay, and it's everybody say, okay, they are just a word, but we are in this profession, and we like to be recognized because we work really hard, and a word, no matter perhaps okay, it's a pen, it's a book, okay, that you receive as a gift, but for us, okay, it means a lot, more than the people can conceive or can think of. So this is a really
Uh-huh.
okay, a very rewarding and very okay hard job, but it has its highlights, and that we really okay, and this gives us force and power to continue to carry on, okay, more and more, and to go into the minds and the books and read them and studying even more. That's why CPD for me is vital, is fundamental, and it's
Uh-huh.
something that every teacher has to go there. And it's not a question of money if you don't have to pay. I mean, it's another question that you have to be rich. There are many courses and online things, okay,
You're
going
right.
on so far after the pandemic and after, okay, this, and before that as well. So there are many things. And as
Mm-hmm.
Volkan, sorry that I speak like a
No,
parrot.
no, they're wonderful. I just mentioned that I'm really happy to listen to you, Cesar. Not a problem. The stage is yours. Not a problem.
Okay,
Okay, thank you very much.
lovely.
And so,
Go
you
ahead,
know,
Volkan says, shoot.
yeah, I'm gonna shoot now. And what are the most important qualities and skills a successful English language teacher should possess? Actually, I said English language teachers, but you can take it as general teachers too.
Okay, so as I mentioned before, vocation. Okay, then I would say, okay, I should put okay, a t-shirt with a CL, classroom management. And this is something that is not only classroom management, talking about discipline. Classroom management means a good lesson planning, a good, okay, creativity, um, humor, variety. So we have, okay, all these ingredients, and
Uh-huh.
we have to foster, okay, that with every means possible in order to get our students engaged and our trainees engaged as well. We have to
Definitely.
know we have to know what our students like, what their okay, what music they like, from the very trivial things to the very profound ones. So, in order to plan effectively, and even though okay, we know all of that, and we have okay a record of that beforehand, okay, or at the beginning of the academic year, whatever, the plans may fail. So, of course, okay, you have to have things off the cuff. You have to be okay free of the course books as well. I mean, you have to teach as well off the page, or as now it is so in vogue. Okay, teaching unplugged or teaching blah 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 blah. They put so many okay pompous names, but I mean this has been okay in the world of teaching okay for many years. Of course, okay, we refloat and we okay just put or put in the spotlight things that are we think they are new, but us they are us over the hills as I am.
Uh-huh.
So, but these are the things that okay that I consider the most important ones. But you should put all in the bag of classroom management. And as I told you before, lesson planning is not only okay if you have okay the teacher books, okay, or whatever on the student because you are just a beginner and you want to be sure that everything is going to be time. Okay, forget it because classes changes because every day changes. I feel okay great today, but tomorrow perhaps I'm sad. I'm have okay a headache.
I see.
I'm me my students. I mean I say me as a learner. I put okay in the shoes of the learner, the shoes okay of the trainees. So this it is absolutely a matter of expertise, of studying a lot, of observing, okay, peers, of observing other classes, observing how people behave, how students and teachers behave in different situations. So you have like a sort of variety of resources you can resort to when you feel okay a little bit down or a bit, I don't know what to do, and you can ask me, okay, what do you think of, for example, technology? And for example,
Uh-huh.
now that everybody okay is giving conference between the pros and cons of the artificial intelligence. Now they say that all the gadgets that we have okay handy um, as per technology, as per the if we use it, okay, in the way that is productive, it is great. I mean, ChatGPT, for example, is not going to tell you exactly what you want. And in this, I mean, you have to be creative. The teacher has to be creative in
Exactly.
order to ask what they really, okay, GPT want to produce. And of course, perhaps, okay, what ChatGPT has produced for you is not a cup of tea, or it
Sorry.
is not, okay, the things that you have really thought. So you have to change to reinvent it, to reshape it as to cater for the students or the different needs, or for the things that you want to, okay, present, or for example, in a single class, or you want to put that. And another thing that there's under discussion is about fraud, and it's about, okay, the writing, for example. All very worried about, okay, how to correct writing, how writing is going to be now that we have. We teachers are greyhounds. I think that our superpower, one of them, because we have millions, is we are like a greyhounds. We sniff, okay, if they
Yes.
have cheated or not in whatever way. It's like a wafting, okay, of a good, a good smell of cake wafting to your nose. Okay, we sniff if they have cheated. We sniff if they have, okay, just something that is not there, because we know them. We know how they write. We know how they speak. They know, okay, their abilities, okay, their strengths and weaknesses. So there's no why, absolutely, under no circumstances, that they can't really cheat us, so saying, yes, I did write this. This smell not really good. And that's why, okay, but uh, going back, the use of technologies
Okay.
in good hands is a great thing. So, and use it properly is another thing that we have to study, investigate. So that's why it's a lifelong fight, in
Learning.
the very
Fine.
good sense of the word, fight.
Definitely. Thank you very much. It's really great speech about the question, Cesar. Thank you. Thank you. And what I want to ask you, I know that you have attended many sessions and you have given also presentations and you attended conferences. When you think about them, what was or were the most interesting situation or situations that you faced?
Okay, so talking about that, and let me go back, okay, or resort to my memory about, okay, when I returned from London. And nobody knew me, okay, in the ELT world. And with, okay, in those times, I was handwritten, and I wrote, okay, a proposal as per a new type of pronunciation that was heard in London that we have studied quite a lot. It was, okay, the merchant of RP and Cockney, and in those times was called EE. So it's true English.
Uh-huh.
How, okay, the youngsters started speaking that, okay, in the southern box, okay, of London, and have, okay, Liverpool flourish, okay, accent and sort of American, a mingle and a mixture of accent and sort of dialect, sort of saying, and that we have investigated. And I remember it was as well, okay, that the BBC was accepting, okay, new accents, because they were very speech ridden, as I said before, as Bernard Shaw used to say. I mean, RP, RP, RP. So with all that
Yes.
in mind, when I returned, okay, from London, I went, okay, to the president, okay, of the
Uh-huh.
Association of English Teachers here in Uruguay. Nobody knew me, okay, who's not Mark. Hello, I'm Cesar. This is, okay, if you're interested, okay, in me, okay, delivering this lecture, I will be really glad. So I left, okay, the proposal handwritten, as I told you. Not even a typewriter or whatever. I say typewriter, and the people will think I am 200 years old. My God. Um, and then they called me, and I was, okay, a plenary speaker for that. It was my first plenary session talking about EE. And they would okay
No, I
native
see.
speakers, and everybody was okay. My God! And I felt so. I mean, first of all, nervous. It was my first time. Then when I got to know the audience, oh my gosh, there was okay so many native speakers there, and me okay, Uruguayan, just okay, trying to speak like a native. There is another question, another thing, another controversial issue nowadays. But it was okay, very rewarding, and it was my first experience with that. That's why okay, I love and I support everything that is being done online, face to face, as per
Uh-huh.
CPD and the different sections. I am a member of IATFL,
Wow.
and I love okay the way that they are working and volunteering and spending okay weekends and
Mhm.
weekends full of work, producing lovely, interesting, and things okay, for people from all over the world. That sometimes okay, they don't have the possibility of getting okay those authors and those wonderful speakers face to face.
Exactly. Exactly. I totally agree. I totally agree, Cesar. And thank you very much for, the answers and the suggestions and the examples that you mentioned here, and also sharing your moment with us is really precious. Thank you. Thank you. And Cesar, I know that you are DipTESOL teacher and DipTESOL teacher trainer.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, what does this DipTESOL mean, and what is the difference between TESOL and DipTESOL?
Okay, lovely. Because everybody cares. International speaking, I think they have quite clear, but okay, in the regional thing, let's say, they don't quite know the difference between, okay, TESOL, TEFL, blah, 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 blah. So, teaching English as a second or a foreign language has different aspects. For example, if you study here in Uruguay how to be an English teacher, you're going to be taught how to teach English to the people, okay, that speak the same language. So you can research to L1 whenever you have, okay, the line. I mean, when you feel, okay, this is necessary. But what about, okay, if you
Oh,
have
I see.
an assortment of a student, that one is Chinese, the other is from Turkey, the other is from Egypt, the other is from, I mean, are all the same using the same things, using things meaning meta language, cognates, culture, everything done
Oh, I
okay
see.
in the
Mhm.
that I call lesson. So it is the same okay concept of cognate. The word freedom, the abstract noun of freedom for you, for me, for a Chinese, for a Japanese, for a Polish. It's the same as a meta language, the language of science. So this is okay teaching English as a second language because you have to be okay really knowledgeable of the culture. You have to really know what, in order to teach English, you have to know their culture. So culture awareness is crucial, is paramount. So that's
Important,
okay. The
definitely.
main difference, and the main difference between TEFL and TESOL as a foreign language, as a second language, because as I said before, as I aforementioned, we
Uh-huh.
here, we teach, or in every country, we teach people that speak the same language that we are talking. So we resort to L1, as I said before.
I said
But
I.
what about
Uh-huh.
that? And for children, I'm not talking about adults, and then for children as well. And I think it is even more difficult, or not, perhaps, okay, the people who are attending now, who listen and say, Cesar, you're absolutely okay, wrong, as per your notions, but to children as well. I mean, things that you have to explain. You can use realia, you can use flashcards, you can use whatever. But if you don't have okay the background of how to use it properly, they're not going to understand a thing. You can use
Uh-huh. I see.
TPR, all the method and approaches that I
Mm-hmm.
can mention and can name. You can, I mean,
Uh-huh.
use whatever, but you have to use them and
Uh-huh.
you have to really, okay, experience them in order to get the one that you find it more useful. and it could be useful one day, but on the following day we have to use another one, totally different, in order to cater for the student needs, and
I
mostly
see.
of that. And I always using the example of abstract nouns like freedom, for example. How are you going to explain freedom either if they don't understand that because they are reading a test or whatever, or they're listening? What is freedom? So how are you going to explain freedom to them? How are you going to
Wow.
explain, for example, a starvation? So
Mm-hmm. I
this is
understand.
okay, English as a second language, or teaching as a second language, a foreign language. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and under no circumstances, no way you're going to use L1. I mean, they're not going to understand you either if they know Spanish. For instance, in my case,
Definitely. I see. Got it. Thank you. I thank you, Cesar. And Cesar, there's a question. If you can see it, Azra is asking, how you overcome your nervous for first time? It happens us too in many conditions. If you have any strategies about it.
okay. If I tell you the truth, and I'm going to be totally honest, you think that I'm totally relaxed and blah blah, but I'm really nervous. Okay, having this session as well. So it's like we are actors as well. Teachers, we are actors, and actors, um, when we are clowns, we have all the professions in the world. So inside us, in one human being called teachers. So nervous, to overcome, just breathe deeply, relax, but you're going to have this electricity all the time. If this electricity really cuts down, you are just done. Forget it. Go to grow potatoes in your graveyard and just forget about your teaching career if you don't have this electricity. And I, and this term electricity comes from, that I recall, from Billy Elliot film. At the end of the
I
film,
see.
when he was hopeless because he thought that the Royal Ballet Academy had really didn't, I mean, haven't liked what he had performed. But there was one very experienced person teacher looking at him. And the last question was, as he was closing the door and leaving with his father, and
Uh-huh.
say, stop, can I ask you a question? What do you feel when you're dancing? And he said, electricity.
Uh,
And that's
uh,
word electricity comes to my mind every time they say, okay, when you lose this passion or this electricity, go and metaphorically speaking, go to harvest or to grow potatoes in your garden or grow roses or whatever, and put aside your profession because you're done. I mean, you're not going to be, I mean, if you lose that. So nervousness, anxiety, electricity, you're not going to overcome it. You have to work about that. You have to, like a master, like a theater, try, the best to
wow.
smile, the best thing, that you have, just gather all your power in order to see, I am here and I'm going to be great, and this class is going to be the greatest class ever. Although at the end you think it was a terrible, horrid, odd things, ever. But that I think and I hope I have answered the question in a proper fashion.
Wow. Great answer, Cesar. I'm sure that Azra and the audiences are happy about the answer of Azra's question. It's really, thank you very much. Thank you. And what I'm gonna ask you, the Cesar, uh, we are sometimes really facing difficulties to create a student-centered classroom. And in our lessons, especially with new teachers, they face real difficulties to create that classroom or that environment student-centered. Probably they have kind of a teacher-centered classroom they have. So what strategies do you suggest for creating a student-centered, the classroom environment that promotes active language learning?
Exactly. Okay, so just to root out, let's say, or iron out the so established teacher-centered class, teacher as a lecture, teacher as a creative or as a god there, is something that is very hard to iron out or just to clean, okay, from our ex scenarios, because it's a cultural thing.
Uh-huh.
Nevertheless, it requires very proper planning, very clear objectives, yeah, and to tell and anticipate the student what they are expected to do and to perform. And then, as I said before, you're going to be the facilitator. You're going to give all the tools possible in order to make the best and take the best from them. So,
I
in
see.
order to
Mm-hmm.
be centered, student centered, you have to be as well very humble in your approach. So
Mm-hmm.
don't be the master of the masters. So the jack of all trade, the master of none. Okay, in this case, you're going to be the master of none. You're going to be like the giver of all the things for them. But of course, coaching, mentoring them, giving feedback all the time. This continuous feedback that they need. They're doing the things well. Okay, so
I see.
work with
Mm-hmm.
them. For example, make them teach the class. Why not? Okay, just help them to prepare. For example, today you're going to give, and I'm going to say something atrocious because everybody hates
Uh-huh.
that. Okay, present perfect. Okay, you're going to teach today present perfect. So divide the class. Okay, and today, okay, this week, okay, this group is going to teach such and such. The following, this group is going to teach blah 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 blah. It's not that you are going to say, okay, I'm going to sit, okay, in my chair, on my chair, I'm going to sit at my desk, and they're going to do whatever, and I'm going to read, okay, a novel. No, because it means a lot of preparation and a lot of things that you have to do with them. Because you have, I mean, you can give them all the books possible, all the grammar reference books, everything, or I mean, you're going to, let's say, teach vocabulary. You're going to teach phrasal verbs. Oh my gosh! Or you're going to teach whatever. So give them that. Okay, this is a very good practice. Okay, make them teachers. Make them teach. Okay, because as the old saying or the old proverb, we master what we teach. So make them teach
I see.
things as well. Make them observe other classes. Let's say mingle them with other subjects. Okay, its terms are a very good key point as well in centered approaches. So I mean, talk to the other teachers, what they are teaching in physics, in biology, in literature, blah, blah, blah. So this goes, very hand in hand with the schemata, as Piaget, used to say. So they can relate, this knowledge to, the long-term memory. Remember always, and this has to do with mental processes, we
Uh-huh.
remember the first and the last, but not what is in the middle.
Yeah.
So this has to be a continuous process. And another thing is that it's very important. It's not that I'm going to this month I'm going to be or I'm going to plan center student lessons. No, it has to be a constant thing, because then they forget, and it's like an exercise. It's like going to the gym. I'm not a sporty person. I don't go to the gym. I'm a disaster. So, but it's like a question of exercising the muscle of knowledge and the muscle of the brain and the muscle of all these techniques. So
I
the
see.
more, the better. So it has to be a continuum. We don't have to stop it. If not, we forget. So I always say,
Definitely.
we remember the first and the thing. For example, in this session, they're going to remember the first thing or the one word that this horrible person, meaning Cesar Correa, is telling or saying or sharing, and the last, perhaps the middle. Let's say I was going to prepare a cup of coffee or whatever, or my daughter is crying, or I hear dogs barking in the distance. So these really caught my attention. I forgot about these folk talking, okay, and talking. So this has to be as going back to the centered lessons and the student center has to be a continuous thing.
Uh-huh.
So we create the habit for
Yeah.
that. Because to impose, in a good sense of the word, to impose something on somebody or on a group of people has to be with many different ingredients in order to make it effective and
I see.
perdurable,
Uh-huh.
okay, in life.
Thank you very much, Cesar. Really amazing, amazing. The speech about again the next about the question. Thank you very much. Thank you. You know, it's in our days or in our life, let's say, we really to face difficulties to follow sometimes the follow of the technology. It's really not easy to follow it, especially the latest developments in or trends in education or in other areas. So how do you do that? Like how do you stay actually updated with the latest development and trends in education or in other eras? How do you do that?
Well, that's a really good question. Um, I used to work here many, many years ago for a global company. So it came to me, not surprised, the use of technology or the use of webinars or the use of Zoom or Google Meets or WebEx or whatever, or teaching online. This was okay at very chaotic periods in our times or during these times. And this come now, okay, this to stay because we continue doing okay online congress, online conferences, online teaching and blah, blah, blah. But
Yes.
fortunately, I was a fortunate person because before that, I used to teach online because it was 4 o'clock in the morning AM, for example,
Wow.
and it has to teach okay Oman, or it has to teach Pakistan or whatever, okay, because of the time difference. And I was very well acquainted with WebEx, for instance. Then came okay Google Meet and Zoom and blah 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 blah. But what I see today, and until today, there are people who really struggle to use technology and to teach through technology as such. So there's a lot of things, okay, that has to be done because many people don't really grasp it in the very good sense of how technology has to offer. And I'm going to ask you, I'm going to tell you, sorry, an anecdote as well, because I'm full of anecdotes, as you see.
Sure.
I was reading storytelling. I love storytelling. That's why I tell the stories all the time. So um, I was okay. I went to Pakistan. Yeah, I went to Krakow. I have traveled okay a lot during my career. That's why I always say I am 100
Great.
years, 100 years of solitude, as Garcia Marquez used to say. And I went there, and I went to South Africa as well. Well,
Wow.
you know that internet and Dubai as well. I spent 4 months training in Dubai many years ago.
Cool.
Um, you know that not in every country the internet or the connectivity is that good. Yeah, and I had to teach okay very intricate things, IT and tables, as per very difficult, complex concepts. And I have to use the computer, of course, because I have to show them tools and to show them graphs and blah 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 blah. Suddenly, the power. So storms and the power down. Everything down. So, and I asked, okay,
I
Cesar,
see.
what I'm going to do? How I'm going to teach okay, these people that are very, very brilliant, and they have okay the
Wow.
greatest experience ever, more than I had, but even millions, but by far more. So I took them to the garden. I am crazy, I'm a crazy teacher. I do okay things that I'm totally okay unorthodox, and I took them okay to the garden because okay it was hopeless. There was no internet whatsoever. Um, there was no telling okay that it's going to return in a 2 3 minutes time. So I took them to the garden, and I'd say, okay, now let's forget about these complex and difficult thing that I have to teach you. So tell me your experience with that. I mean, you know what I did? I mean, you know, okay, or did you infer what I have, okay, done, taking, okay, you to the garden, so stay in the class, cross arm, and waiting, okay, for the connectivity to come on again. So it was, okay, really very interesting, stunningly interesting to listen to them and how they were like shocked and frozen because they were so, let's say, and this is cultural awareness, of course.
Definitely.
So used to okay, teacher, student. That's why they call me sir, sir, sir all the time. They were. I mean, brilliant. They were humble. They were. I mean, totally clever, witty people. I mean, incredible people,
Hmm.
and they were so. I mean, kind. And they said, sir, and they said, don't tell me, I mean, don't tell me, sir, don't say Cesar only, Cesar as you want, Cesar in Polish or whatever. So, and let's chat, okay, as we were friends. So tell me, what do you think, okay, what the strategy? Because there were trainers as well. So it was training trainers. So, my gosh, okay, how dare of me. Um, um, so I asked them the very question, okay, why do you think I ask you to go away? I mean, to go and gather together in the garden instead of staying in the class. And the star just pulling ideas, but they were like shocked because they didn't know what to say about that because they were not accustomed to this kind of teaching techniques of taking the
Uh-huh.
class outside, taking the students outside. And meaning students, I mean adults, because children, they love, okay, being taught outside, but adults, or in these quite, let's say, structure things as global companies, IT companies, and blah, 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 and ESP, meaning,
Wow.
you know,
Definitely.
they are not used to that. So it was a really nice experience. And this has to do with technology. We love technology, that we have to use technology, we have to integrate technology.
Exactly.
But
Hmm.
what's okay if we don't have technology? What to do? I mean, we are going to be okay. Okay, I'm not going to teach anymore. No way.
No
No
way.
way.
No way. Impossible. Yeah. We should
Absolutely.
teach.
Exactly. So
Exactly.
we have to resort to all the instruments that we have in order to learn and teach effectively and to make it memorable.
Definitely. Definitely.
With
We have to
the
do that.
with a few
Exactly.
things that we with a few things that we have, okay, because
Sure.
perhaps okay, we don't have okay a vast okay resource of I mean many books, and we have money to buy the new things and blah 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 that are on the market, but we have to be creative.
Uh-huh.
That's why okay, I always cite Shakespeare. I mean, we are actors, we are businessmen, the teachers, okay, we are everything, and so we
Exactly.
have to be everything, and we have to learn how to be like that.
Uh-huh. Definitely. And I always, to say that to also my colleagues that we are teachers, but in the classroom, it's like, the 70% of the teaching is like acting, and the 30% is like, the teaching. It's something like this, if I'm not
Absolutely,
wrong.
absolutely. Yeah, I do agree wholeheartedly. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Cesar. By the way, time flies. I hope you're not bored,
Yeah,
or as far
no,
as
no, not at all. I thought.
wonderful.
I mean, I hope you. I haven't bored you on the audience. My God.
No, 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 no. Don't worry about it. We are happy about it. And the time flies and just a couple questions left. Let me ask you another one. And that uh time flies as I mentioned here. And what about after 10 years or 20 years? How do you see yourself? Will you be still trainers, or will you try another job? What are your plans?
Uh, I think that I'm going to continue to be a trainer and a constant learner as well. And
Uh-huh.
this mixture of teaching, okay, future teachers and teaching, okay, teenagers. I mean, normal general English or ESP or whatever class. You have to have this mixture. If not, you lose perspective of what is going on with the students right now. So both things, okay, goes hand in hand. So in terms of your time, I see myself that or managing or an international school. I mean, I love that. That is my dream, really. If you ask me, okay, what is your dream, or what is okay, just managing, yeah, an international school. I love, okay, to be that,
I see.
to be in that position. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you very much, Cesar. You know, in our life, there are some times that we face difficulties, and in that times when we say, "Oh, I wish I could have that superpower so I could do this easily," or "I wish I could do that superpower, I could do that easily," or this or that, whatever. So when you think about this in our classrooms about the superpower part, so if you could have one to use in the classroom, what would it be and how would it help you?
Okay, so let me think about the kind of superpower. The superpower, and I used that word okay before. I'm going to put okay a T-shirt. I think I already mentioned. Classroom management hero. Yeah. So we have to have the superpower of sniffing, the superpower of having a blade like a camel, because again we are human beings, and classes are
Yes,
longer, and so we have to go to the bathroom as well. So I'm very okay, like down to earth now. Yeah, we have to have the superpower of listening, of inclusion. We really okay. Um, take into account inclusion as it has to be, because there are many people, okay, just talking and giving conferences at texts about inclusion and inclusion in all the aspect, in all the spectrum. Are we really teaching and including our students? I mean, our institutions are really interest in that, or it's a matter of business and making money and forgetting that we have human beings of different kinds of sort in our
exactly.
hands, and it's an incredible responsibility. Do we care about that? So we have to have the superpower of loving and caring, and we have to have the superpower of sometimes forgetting how much money we earn. And of course,
Definitely.
money is important because okay, we live and we have to be paid for the job that we undertake.
Yes,
But what about that? Are we really honest and really taking into account the great word that is inclusion? Are we overlooking them? Or we are pretending yes, inclusion means to have okay different kinds of service students. Are we care for that? We plan for that. We listen to our students in the proper way. Do the institutions listen to us, listen to other
uh-huh,
students, or it's a matter of propaganda or advertising that everything okay, yeah, inclusion is lovely, mental health. I mean, are we really being honest of what we do? Are we really being honest when we prepare sessions about inclusion, about mental health, about well-being?
you're
Or it's
right.
a matter of, or it's a matter, okay, yoga in the class. Perhaps, okay, I'm going to fall asleep. They asked me if I wanted to have that. They asked me, okay, how important was for me. Perhaps yes, perhaps no. So it's a very controversial issue, of course.
Yes,
And there are many people, okay, and many wonderful minds of that. But I sometimes, when I just see these, okay, as webinars on inclusion, diversity, diversion, I mean,
uh-huh,
helping people with special needs and blah, blah, blah. Do we care? Do we really care? Or we just to show off ourselves, okay, what we have read, okay, a week before? So
yes.
this is an open question, both Carl. I don't know if you got okay, or the audience got the very
Sure,
meaning of what I was okay trying to
we got the
convey.
point. Uh-huh. Don't worry, we got the point, Cesar. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so Cesar, think that we finish the interview when you step outside the home and find a lottery ticket and that ends up winning $10 million. What would you do?
Well, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, sure, of course.
I'm going to really I'm going to be honest, yeah, of course, because everybody is going to say, okay, yeah, I'm going to be altruist. I'm saying, okay, yeah, I'm going to set up, okay, an institute, okay, to help the poor ones and blah 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 blah. No, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to, if I win that, I'm going to travel the world again, travel even more. Okay, buy a house in a tropical, or buy not buy a house. Okay, if I have this possibility, just okay, buy an island in a
That's
tropical
much better.
paradise, with millions and universe of books, okay, beside me.
It's nice, really. It's a
And
great
perhaps,
idea.
okay, 1 or 2, okay, sessions of online teaching per week. Perhaps, okay, I will indulge myself with that as well. But, okay, let's be honest.
Okay,
Yeah. As soon as I'm going
sure.
to start just school for, yeah, perhaps,
Why
yeah. But, okay,
not?
first, okay, let me, okay, rest in my tropical island. And then we'll talk about, okay, if I get bored, I will go on the greenstone again.
Sure, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you very much, Cesar. Nice, really nice. Okay, so let me ask you, at least that's all my questions, but before that, I have last question for you, really. And are you ready for the last question?
Yeah, of course.
Sure. And the most difficult one. Here is it. What is your motto?
My motto is empowering minds, building futures.
Very nice. Can we have it again?
Yeah, empowering minds, building futures.
It's wonderful. Sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry about
And
it.
my the other motto would be okay, just have a lemon tea, please, welcome, okay, because
I
we are
will. I will.
undergoing.
I'm a
Okay.
little. I
The
got a
other
flu.
motto
I'm really
is
sorry.
go and drink, okay, hot tea.
I will. I will do that after the sessions. Definitely, I'm gonna do it, Cesar. All right. That's all my questions, Cesar. And before ending our live sessions, would you like to add anything else?
Yeah, I think okay was very enriching, and I felt okay absolutely comfortable. And think about the nerves, okay, that one of the attendees asked. I was really nervous, okay, at first. Then okay, in the meantime, in the meanwhile as well, in the mean. But it was okay, absolutely, and I'm very delighted. Thank you for okay for the invitation, and I felt absolutely comfy. So, and I hope okay all the audience there okay got something here, some takeaways to think about, to reflect upon their lives, their teaching, or perhaps okay to agree or disagree with me. I mean, we are humans, and these okay instances of Q&As and just
Mm-hmm.
sharing ideas. This is okay. What is the purpose of everything? And
Definitely.
dialoguing and talking, and this is a great show. So thank
I
you
see.
very much. It was a pleasure, and greetings from a wonderful summer here from Uruguay.
Uruguay. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Thank you, Cesar. That and before that, I would like before ending our session one more time, I would like to say thank you very much, Cesar, for being with us tonight and for your especially for your suggestions, for advice, and for us. And the most important thing, you spend your time here with us. That's really important. Thank you very much. Thank you. And Cesar Correa Larroca was with us with Teacher Talk session 147th, and we had a wonderful and fruitful session with him. And we are going to be here next week with another educator at the same time on the same day, as you know that every Monday at 9 p.m. Turkish time. So until the next time, wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. And until next time, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, Cesar. And until
Take
next time, bye bye,
bye bye,
everybody, and
Bolton, and
peace.
get well, get
You
well.
too.
Take
Thank
yeah,
you.
exactly. Take a hot tea,
I
please.
will. I will definitely. Peace, everybody.
Okay, bye everyone.